Women, what do you find most confusing about men? Part 2. Why are they only into me when I'm completely indifferent to them and are 0% into me when I actually like them? Vague talk. Are you breaking up with me? Are you asking for a future? Make up your damned mind and don't be afraid to hurt my feelings, or be honest. Is this exclusive? Or would it be weird if I went on a date with someone else? Dude, tell me where you're at. Honestly, I feel like you have no idea if you're single or in a committed relationship. And you're definitely single. Based on my dating experience and my guy friends, I feel like guys don't typically wear lip chaps or lip balms when they're single. Why wouldn't you want nice, non-chapped lips on a regular basis? Same thing with skincare or moisturizer. I know a lot of guys have moisturizer at home, but why not use it regularly? I'm confused by single guys walking around with dry lips and dry skin. I don't like creamy, oily stuff anywhere on me, to be honest. It's like the fat on your hands when you just ate a burger. Yeah, I don't want that feeling. I don't understand how guys can get so comfortable with each other. I'm in my late 20s and I still see that women are catty towards each other. Guys are genuinely nice to each other. How does that happen? Why so many of you don't wash your hands after taking a piss? Like, I know the entire ordeal has to take longer than 3.8 seconds, Kevin. It would of course be better to wash your hands, but then again, if you shower in the morning, would touching your penis with your hands not make your penis dirty instead of the other way around? Why are so many of you so into cars? I just don't get it. You don't need to go 0 to 100 in 3 seconds when you live in the suburbs. Actually, no one who isn't a race driver needs to go that fast. Also, kinda odd how you can be in the middle of a conversation and get distracted like, yeah, work was okay, and I had this really big OMG, look, a Lamborghini presentation, but I think it went okay. It's a huge metal box that travels faster than we are biologically capable, and it's powered by explosions. How can you not enjoy cars? I will never understand my husband's lack of deductive reasoning with his own body. For example, he always complains he's tired in the middle of the day. He never eats breakfast, so I'll make him a smoothie as I'm making mine in the morning. He drinks it without complaint. That night, hey husband, how did you feel today? Were you tired? No, I had so much energy. It was awesome. Next morning, hey husband, here's your smoothie and a small lunch, sandwich, so you're not tired. I don't eat rabbit food. That night, how was your day? Awful. I was so tired and drained. Eats nothing but mashed potatoes and fried chicken. Make a chart for like a month. Note when he took the smoothie and how he responded. Unless, are you actually saying, so you're not tired? If so, maybe see if that's the part of the accepting factor. Adding the qualifier may turn him off it. It could make it seem like there's a goal or manipulation, something you want from him, at least subconsciously, just theorizing about a stranger. To explain it, we tend to be task-orientated and compartmentalize tasks. Unless we have the data or a reason to step back and compare tasks from different categories, we usually just try to complete the task. A guy I had a thing with once told me he needed to end things because he started liking me too much. Not ready for a relationship, I guess, but damn, it's not like I was suggesting marriage, let alone dating. I think he was expressing more worry than assurance. The idea that he was so into you that he was afraid of what might happen between you two to ruin it. Essentially, he didn't want to get hurt. How roughly 60% of their memory seems reserved for movie quotes, childhood TV shows and theme songs. How do you remember all that? But still can't find things once you've gone into a drawer or purse. It's a mystery, lol. Why confrontation for them is so damn hard sometimes. I was friends with a guy for years and we played video games nearly every night. Nothing had changed and he would just not answer me. I did not spam him and gave him space for a month. Asked if he was okay, went on to play games with other people and never responded to me. Like, just say it. Why is that so hard? Also, I'm not targeting all men, so don't get confused. From the vicinity of where I live and my experiences, I have had this with more guys than girls. Never said women don't do it. I know some that do it as well. I had gotten physically sick around the same time, and we had about a month off since I had no vision. So if people in general just can't handle sickness, I don't know what to expect, lol. This is not a gender thing. Women do this too. It's a question of personality. How they can dislike a woman for sleeping with them too early, even if they coax them into sleeping with them. The first time I heard this, I was 19. We had a summer fling, and later he told me it's hard to develop feelings with someone when you sleep with them too soon. This guy was an idiot. However, it has always stuck with me. When my current boyfriend and I started hanging out, I developed feelings quickly. We have a ton in common and share the same sense of humor. One night while drinking, he asked to kiss me. I quickly changed the subject and brushed it off because I felt that under the influence I would want to do more than kiss, and I didn't want to screw things up. He told me later down the road that he was glad I said no because it could have led further, and he would have been disappointed if we had sex so soon after meeting. I even asked him about why this was a thing. Couldn't tell me why, but agreed that it can make a difference in how you feel towards someone. No, usually it's because you realize you don't like spending time with her outside of the bedroom. I never disliked a woman for having sex with me, but casual sex starts developing into some kind of relationship, and I realize we don't have much in common. I've always wanted to know this, like how us straight females talk about other females, about how attractive they are. Do men do the same? Like if a straight man sees a good-looking guy, do they think to themselves that they look attractive, or they just don't see it? Depends on the guys, but typically no. For a lot of guys, if they say that, then there is a fear that their bros will say something along, "What, are you gay?" despite them knowing they aren't. It's becoming a lot more common now though. The way you totally geek out about something when you like it. Like when you like a band. A girl usually knows the band, which kind of music they play and which songs she likes. A guy, when he likes a band, he knows every band member's full name, their life story, how long it took them to learn their instruments, their childhood trauma, where they were when they made this and that song, when they chose their band name, etc. Not saying no girls do this, or all guys, but it's like most guys totally geek out when they find something they like. I think it's awesome that you do. Don't girls geek out on stuff too though? This isn't a stereotype or anything, but when I was in college, my female friends knew every contestant on The Bachelor, Flavor of Love, etc. It takes a lot of mental energy and effort too. I think that when people are passionate about something, they dive deeper than dabbling. I read a number of posts here, and I noticed a lot of them are wondering why men make such aggressive and pathetic attempts to pick up random women. As a woman, here is my opinion on the subject. Our society expects men to initiate relationships and make all the moves, and women to receive. This creates a situation where men feel they have to be aggressive to get anywhere. It's the same reason male victims of rape are presumed to have wanted it, because the proposition of men as pursuer requires that men want it at all times. The solution is for women to put themselves out there and ask men out, so it becomes a more equal exchange. How do you live your life having junk between your legs? I mean, it must get uncomfortable, right? I'd rather have a once-a-month sacrificial waterfall than having stuff there all the time, especially in the summer. Our pants and underwear are manufactured with a more generous crotch, even skinny jeans. Also, it's quite a lot smaller when it's not erect for most people. And we generally don't sit with our legs squished together because that can get uncomfortable. And most men's testicles don't sit at equal distances from the body, allowing them to slot over one another. And if it gets uncomfortable, Moving around and stretching our legs apart generally fixes it. And we are just used to it. Lots of reasons. They don't really express what's in their mind. They don't bother to explain what's going on in their head. And when we ask what they're thinking about, they say nothing at all. And because the mind is never empty, we girls don't believe that they are not thinking anything at all. Sometimes it literally is nothing, just zoning out or being immersed in the present. Sometimes we have a trail of thought going on, but it's totally unimportant and not worth the effort to explain. Sometimes we are freaking out about every single life decision we've ever made, but don't want to concern other people with it. Why it's hard for you guys to pay attention or listen to us when we talk. I'm pretty shy and don't enjoy talking very much, but when I do, my SO on countless occasions, it's like I'm not there at all. My dad does it. My brothers do it. Why? How do you structure your stories? It's not even just stories. I don't live an exciting enough life to tell stories, but just general conversation. Halfway through, they will just stop listening, stop responding, or just walk away. I bring it up with my SO and he apologizes profusely and mostly doesn't even realize he does it. For the life of me, I don't understand how guys process raw post-breakup emotion without the emotional support offered by friends or family or journaling. How do you heal properly? We don't heal properly. We're just taught from a young age that showing emotions isn't what guys do. So we just shrug it off the best we can and move on. This is a good question, and I'll tell you my own personal experience with this. Women feel intense emotions immediately post-breakup, but get over it rather quickly. Men don't feel much, if anything, really immediately after the breakup. Our pain comes on dull and slow over time, each day worse than the last, and it takes us a long time to finally get over it, if we ever even do. Not all men, of course, but my boyfriend has this. I will ask him, "How are you feeling?" And he will answer, "I don't know." You don't know? How do you not know how you're feeling? I just don't understand how you cannot know how you feel. I mean, occasionally I'm hit with a feeling I can't describe, but on a day-to-day basis? Lol. Yes, I know how I feel.